Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebere. So today on Berry's Couch, we're going to be discussing my testimony, my life, my testimony on how I survived prolapse. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, to ask me, what was your surgery for? I have tried to explain to a number of people, and I realize that a lot of people do not know what prolapse is. So that is why I'm making this video, to put it out there for people to understand the causes of prolapse, the different stages of prolapse, and how you can get help. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe, click on the notification button so that you'll be ahead when next I post a video. Leave a comment for me. Any questions you have about this video, I am here to answer it. Also, share this video to someone you know that have prolapse. You might just be saving a life. Trust me. So stay with me, guys, as I take you on this journey with me. Let's get into it, guys. What is prolapse? Prolapse is the bulging out of a body part through the rectum or the vagina. It's where you see like a skin coming out of your vagina. Now, how do you know that you have prolapse? When you feel heaviness in your abdominal area, when you have a bulging skin, coming out of your privates, and it is painful around your vaginal walls. So that is how you know that you have prolapse. And without wasting much time, we're going to be talking about the causes of prolapse. What causes prolapse in women? This is caused by when your tissues around your uterus are weakened. I've had people who said, oh, for this your case, I think I have had prolapse and it went back inside on its own. Yes, it happens. There are different stages of prolapse. For mine, it was the fourth stage. It was the last stage of it. That everything was outside of my body. So what did I do? I asked questions around because I did not know what it was called in the first place. So I asked questions and I got really few answers. A lot of people were telling me, oh, it will go back in. All you have to do is just do your Kegel exercise where you try to hold your breath as if you're holding your pee back. I tried those different exercises, but I realized it got worse. I thought to myself, okay, maybe it's because I'm overweight. Because as at that time, I was weighing about 97 kg. So I knew it wasn't healthy for me. I thought, okay, I'm overweight. That is why this thing is persisting. That is why it's coming out. So I stood up, I went to register myself in the gym. And I gave it my everything. For people that know me personally, they saw the results. That from 97 kg, I got down to 73 kg within a year. I lost that much weight. But I noticed that even as I was exercising, the prolapse was coming out the more. And it was even becoming more painful. And for us women, we tend to hide this type of things from our spouses because we do not understand, we don't know how they are going to take it. So for me, I really kept it to myself for a very long time. I did not tell anybody. Even after I realized that it was prolapse I had, I refused to tell anybody. I kept it to myself. During the month, my monthly cycle starts, I am always constantly in pain. When I'm ovulating, it's worse. So I will endure the pain. I'll tell myself, okay, to go back in. Sometimes I push it in, it goes back and it comes out on its own. Sometimes it goes inside and after some few days it comes out again. So I went back to the internet to search for solution, and I found out that there are two options that is given to solve prolapse problem. One is there's this ring that is used to push the prolapse in and secure it in place. And the second option is surgery. So guys, I wasn't ready for any because I did not know the procedures, how it is done, if it was going to be painful. I just basically went back into my shell and I kept enduring the pain. So after about a year and 8 months, I decided to tell my husband that I have prolapse, and he was so shocked. When you have prolapse, you'll be insecure about yourself. Trust me, I was insecure about myself. When you sit down, you feel heaviness. You feel like a ball. You're sitting on a ball. When you want to urinate, you feel pain in your abdominal areas. It is terrible. I do not wish that upon anybody that I know. I don't. So it was chaotic, if I may say. It was really chaotic for me, guys. So after I told my husband about it, I also told my mother-in-law, and she insisted that we go to a hospital and get checked out. And when I got to the hospital, I was examined by a doctor, which confirmed that truly I have prolapse. The different stages of prolapse, the stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. I was in stage 4 of the prolapse, which totally refused to go back in. It won't go back in. And when I went to the hospital, I went to the first hospital, which was a specialist hospital here. I was only given one option, which was surgery. So when I came back home, I kept thinking, why didn't the doctor give me the other option of having the ring, to push my prolapse back in place, which I don't have to go under the knife. So I was advised, to check other hospitals. So finally, my mother-in-law got in contact with a professor here in medicine. He fixes those problems for women. So I went to see him with my husband, and he also checked me and confirmed that I have prolapse. He, asked me to run some different tests to be sure that I don't have infection. Literally, when your inside body is outside, it's very dangerous for women because you can pick up any infection anywhere. So I did those tests. I was asked to do an ultrasound scan, which I did, and I didn't have any infection. And it was also confirmed by the scan that okay, it was only prolapse. When we sat with him, he brought up the option of surgery again. And I was like, oh, excuse me, doctor, excuse me. I read that there's this other option where they use this, I think it's called pessary, if I'm not wrong, ring, to push in the prolapse and secure it in place. What about that option? And he was like, yeah, we have that option, but I do not know the availability of the ring here in the country. And for my clients, I use the pessary. I know that they get it from outside the country, and you have to fit it. You have to fit it first to know that it is your size, or it's the size of your prolapse, before you buy it. So you don't buy another size, or you don't buy an oversize. And the thing is that for the pessary, you get to change it every 4 to 6 months. And to me, I was like, getting it outside the country, changing it 4 to 6 months, that's another stress. So the only option I was left with was the surgery, and I did the surgery, guys. And I tell you, I have never felt better with myself. And I am healing, I'm recovering well. As you can see, I'm fine, I'm doing good. I am no longer in pain. And the hospital, they really took good care of me. At first I was scared that, okay, it's a surgery. I was really scared in the theater. My blood pressure went up. And everybody in the theater, the doctor, they tried to calm me down, like, Relax. We're here to take care of you. I said, okay, you can do this. This surgery lasted about an hour, 30 minutes, and I was wheeled into the recovery room. I can boldly tell you that from when I've had my surgery till now, I've not had any pain, thankfully, because that was the scariest part. That was the part I was really worried about. I was really worried about the pain, the after effects pain. But thankfully, I didn't have that. So I'm really grateful to my doctor, and I give him kudos. He really did a good job. Sharing with you the different stages of prolapse. So for stage 1, uterus drops into the upper part of your vagina. 2, your uterus falls into the lower part of your vagina. I'm stating this, I'm giving all these examples so for people that have prolapse and don't know about it. Stage 3, you have your uterus protruding out of your vagina. That is stage 3. You have this fleshy, fleshy skin, very soft, protruding out of your vagina. Stage 4, which is what I had, you have your whole uterus outside of your vagina. Your whole uterus. And the only thing that can fix that is surgery. Do not let anybody lie to you. So for mine, prolapse occurred during childbirth when I had my beautiful daughter. After I gave birth to her, came back home. After about 4 weeks, I noticed something coming out of my private. At first I thought it was because of the waist trainers I was using. I thought that was the cause of why that skin was coming out of my private area. I thought I was squeezing myself so much that it had to push something out of my body. But I later discovered that it was the waist trainer I was using wasn't the cause of that. I went in search in the internet, and I realized what happened to me was prolapse. A lot of people were surprised that I have prolapse, because the few people that know about prolapse that I've come across understood that prolapse only occurs to women that have had multiple childbirth, that have given birth to many children. It happens to older women. That is what is believed among the people around here. But I have come to realize that prolapse can happen to anybody. It can happen to you during your first child. It can happen to you during your second child. Now, when I was in labor, I was in so much pain. And as at that time, it was during the lockdown period, there was no doctor to look at me. I only had the nurses and the midwives. I was in so much pain. I was in labor for over 24 hours. There was nobody to give me the option for CS. I was up for it. And even though I in the process of screaming and crying, I said, can someone just take me into the theater and open me up and bring out this baby? I am dying. I was told, to be patient, that the baby is coming. Throughout the night, I was awake all through in pains. And the next day, when the nurses checked me, they realized that I had only dilated to 6 cm. I did not dilate above 6 cm. Normally, you're supposed to give birth, normal childbirth at 10 cm. 9 to 10 cm, the baby comes out. But I gave birth at 6 cm. The baby was practically forced out of me by the midwife. which can also be the cause of why I have prolapse, or why I had prolapse, because I don't have it anymore. To her, she was helping me, you know. I have been in pain. I had struggled. I had cried, begged, and she decided to help me by putting her hands inside my body, trying to turn the baby, and the baby came out, and we're all happy. But I had to suffer the aftermath of that incident. I was in pain, prolapse pain, for 2 years and 6 months. Trust me, you do not want to experience prolapse pain. It's like your inside are all outside. It is like you, how do I put this? When, you know, for us women, we shade our inside body, you know, every month. I had to go the extra mile with my hygiene so that I don't have offensive smell when I'm around people, even to myself. So when my body is shedding, I tend to have discharge, watery substance coming out of my body. I would just stay and my pants is going to, you know, get wet. So I had to put in, you know, more measures for my hygiene. So you see, it is very hectic for women. When you have prolapse, you'll be insecure about yourself. Trust me, I was insecure about myself. When you sit down, you feel heaviness. You feel like a ball. You're sitting on a ball. When you want to urinate, you feel pain in your abdominal areas. It is terrible. I do not wish that upon anybody that I know. I don't. So it was chaotic, if I may say. It was really chaotic for me, guys. So for the surgery, it's permanent, like I said, but I can't lift heavy weights. I can't have another child come out through my vagina. So if I, you know, if I want to have another child, it's actually going to be through cesarean section. For me, it's fine, because I do not want to disrupt what the doctor has already fixed. I do not want to get to experience prolapse the second time. Nobody wants that. So if I opt to having another child, it has to be through electives. So those are the disadvantages, because prolapse can limit you a lot. I've had my prolapse surgery it's been 2 weeks. I've had my surgery. Don't I look good? Oh, for the prolapse, for the pessary ring, those are temporary measures. They're not permanent. It's temporary measures, you know, to put the prolapse back in. It doesn't stop it. It doesn't, you know, stop it permanently. You have to keep changing. If the ring is removed, the prolapse is going to come out again. But for the surgery, it is permanent. But it has its disadvantages. You're not supposed to lift anything heavy. For me, that I love working out, I've really been thinking about how am I going to cook my dream body, my 6 packs. How? So you see, I'll have to start my exercise in due time, but I'm not supposed to lift heavy, which I'm still going to go back, you know, to ask him, doctor, please, okay, let's give ourselves, let's say, okay, 1 year, 2 years, can I start lifting after about a year or two? Because how do I get this body toned up? It's by lifting weights. So, doctor, what's up? So guys, I'm really happy that I'm sharing my story with you. I brought this story out because I realize that a lot of people do not know what prolapse is. I know this topic is very sensitive. A lot of people might not want to share it, but I might be helping somebody out there. That is why I'm sharing this video. That is why I'm sharing this testimony, because I survived it. I'm a prolapse survivor. So guys, if this video has helped you in any way, please share this video to your friends, your family, your loved ones. You might just be helping somebody without knowing. And I also plead with you to subscribe to my channel. I have loads and loads of interesting topics I'm going to be sharing with you guys that bothers with health, women, men. I have lots of interesting topics that is relative with us. If you're coming across this video for the first time, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment for me in the comment section, ask me any question at all. I'm going to answer. The ones I don't know, I am going to call my doctor and I am going to give you the answer to your questions. Click on the post notification button so that you'll be ahead anytime I post a video on my channel. I really appreciate you guys for listening to me, for sharing this video, for liking it, giving it a thumbs up. I am very grateful. I'm very grateful that I was opportune to share my life testimony, to share my story with you. I encourage you, if you have prolapse or if you know somebody that has prolapse, share this video with this person and encourage the person to get help. Prolapse is really painful. It's really discomforting. You do not want to see a person with prolapse in pain. I literally did not used to sit down. I can't lie down. The best I could do then was to kneel down and rest my head on the bed. It was that painful. So you're going to be helping somebody. We have a lot of people, older persons in the rural areas who are passing through prolapse pain. They might not know what it is called. Some people might think it is spiritual, but it's not. It is called prolapse. It happens to women. And if you have a spouse, for the men, if you have a spouse who is experiencing prolapse pain, understand with that person. It is not easy. Sex is no longer enjoyable when you have prolapse. I am saying this out of experience. Sex is no longer enjoyable because you are in pain in the process. You're in pain after the process. So you see, you have to get yourself checked. For people that have prolapse, if you know somebody that have prolapse, encourage the person. Let the person get herself checked and get a solution. Trust me, you're going to feel good after. You're going to feel better about yourself. So guys, that is today on Berry's Couch. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I love you so much. I really, really love you guys. Stay tuned, as I bring you, my next video next week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for staying true. Bye.